Hey there, hi. I'm Sherry Reichert-Ballou, founder of Simply Celebrate, and I am so happy to have you joining in this program on how to create a celebration book for someone that you love. This is a topic that has been so important to me for many, many years. And I just thought I would take a moment in this welcoming video to just tell you a little bit of the history of why I started creating these books and why it's such an important mission for me to help facilitate this process for other people. So about, gosh, I think it was 15 years ago now, one of my very best friends was getting married. And I was talking to her about, some different gift possibilities for her wedding. And she said, you know what? I just want you to make us something. Just see what comes up for you. And I was like, oh, what should I do? It seemed like such an important occasion. And I just was like, okay. So one night, and this is literally true. I know people always say, I woke up in the middle of the night with this idea, but it was true. I woke up in the middle of the night and I just had this idea that what I was going to do was interview the people that were closest to the bride and groom. And from there, it seemed an obvious choice then to have them also send some snapshots. So I set off on this project and came up with a few questions to ask the people that were closest to them and invited them to submit a few of their favorite photographs, both of the couple and themselves with the couple. And I scanned all the photos and formatted the text and created a book. And when I saw the reaction that happened, it was actually the day after the wedding. The gifts were all being opened at the brunch. And people were passing the book around and they were laughing and they were crying, and it sparked all these conversations and stories, and I could tell it did exactly what I had hoped it would do, which is it really celebrated the couple, not just for who they were, but who they were in connection to all of the people that they loved. And so from there, actually, there were a couple of people at the wedding who said, oh, do you do this? And I said, yes, I do. And so I just started creating these one-of-a-kind customized books that were chock full of stories and photographs about whoever the recipient was from their closest friends and family. And I've created dozens and dozens of these books for birthdays and weddings and anniversaries and graduations, retirements. But what I realized is a couple things. One is it's really time intensive for me to be creating them by myself, one by one. And also that the opportunity to offer people the chance to do it themselves would allow people to experience what I experience when I'm creating them, which is this immense joy. So it's like walking through the process of creating one is every bit, I believe, every bit as enjoyable as actually being the person to receive the book. And so this was one of the secrets that I realized that would be so magical to have a do-it-yourself version, so that I could actually offer you the opportunity to be the person who gets to facilitate this amazing process. Because what happens is, it's joyful for you to create this book. It's so joyful and transforming to receive a book like this. But third of all, it's really an amazing process for people to participate in. So to me, it just seems like this amazing, receive, 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 give, give, give. At any given moment, those lines are so blurred of who's giving and who's receiving that it's just all about this amazing transformation of getting to be in this place of love and gratitude. So I guess I should just back up now for a moment and just explain a little bit about what exactly the books are. For those of you who may not know, I think probably most of you do, but what it is it's a collection of stories and photographs and wishes from someone's closest friends and family. And to me, it seems like what happens is, because you get to see who this person is in the eyes of all these different people who love them most, it becomes sort of this beautiful kaleidoscope of love, this beautiful mirror that's multifaceted of who this person is. I really see these books playing a role that is so much bigger than, oh, this is an amazing gift, which it is, or, wow, I can really show this person how much they're loved, which they do. But also, I feel like what the books do is they really help everybody who's participating in it, from you who's creating it to the people who are participating to the recipient, to be able to turn their attention fully on what is good and what is right and what is wonderful. And, I feel like we live in a culture where there's so much attention on what's wrong, what's missing, how we could be better, how we need to, go faster, jump higher, do more. And what the books do really, I think, is that magically somehow, every single book I think does that, is really points out you are enough, and in fact, you are so much more than enough, that who you are, just for just your pure essence, not, all your accomplishments or what you've done in life, but really just who you are, your particular laugh, or the way that you greet people at the door with a big smile and a hug, or the quirky jokes you tell, or the way that you offer people a space to be who they are. Whatever it is. Of course, we know that each of us has, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of attributes that make us uniquely who we are. And they're not even things that people need to try to do. They're just who they are. And I feel like that's one of the things that these books so much capture and so much reflect. And so, I guess, as you're starting off on this process of creating a book for someone you love, one of the things that I want to offer you to focus on is your own process of not having to be perfect, not having to do something, the right way, not having to come up with, the best answer, or, the most well-written, or the best photographs, because this isn't about that. I really believe, and I've seen it happen over and over again, that there is just such a magic behind the intention of creating a gift like this that is so full of love and so personal, that's what gets transmitted to the person who's receiving the book. They really receive the intention and the heart and the spirit of it. And so it's not important at all, and in fact I think it can be an obstacle to really get focused on any sort of perfection, or those really those self-beatings that can happen along the way when any of us embark upon a creative project. And so I guess that seems really important to offer at the very beginning, for you, as you're walking through the process of creating this book, to stay with yourself, to just stay connected to the intention of why you're doing this book. And so, as you might guess, when we have our next lesson, I think I'll walk you through a little bit of connecting to that, just connecting to the spirit of what you're doing and the intention, so that the entire process can be just a really joyful experience for you. That's what I really want for you. I want you to have a great time creating something that is going to be the best gift that someone's ever gotten. So that's it for today. Thanks for spending this time with me today, and also for embarking on this celebration journey. I hope that you are able to have a great deal of fun as you go about beginning this process of creating a book for someone you love. And just want to remind you that I'm here if you have questions, and I'm also here. I'd love to hear your stories along the way as you're creating the book, and especially once you give the book to the person that you love. So off you go. No perfectionism. Just have fun. Bye-bye.